Okay, moving on. Let's talk about velocity. Velocity is like speed on steroids. Actually, that sounded bad. Speed with direction is a technical definition. So velocity is a better way to describe something moving. It not only matters how fast you're going, but which way. So there's a big difference if you're going forwards versus backwards, to the east versus west, north versus south. Anyone have friends who are like navigationally challenged? I'm talking about, they can't even give directions to their own home. We knew a couple that was like that. Like when they were in a car, it was just bad. Like, oh boy. Like, yee. But anyhow, speed is a scalar. It doesn't have a direction. Velocity is what we call a vector. It's a fancy word for anything that has not only a size, but also direction. So the units are the same, miles per hour, kilometers per hour, meters per second, but what's different is we have to add on direction. For example, when you drive to school, let's say you're coming down 55th Street towards the city, you're going east. What's the speed limit on 55th Street? 35 miles per hour. So you're going 35 miles per hour east. Suddenly, in a fit of insanity, you shift your car into reverse. Is that bad? Probably. You'll probably cause an accident. You start going 35 miles per hour, backwards. Are you going to get a ticket? Are you going to get a ticket? What do you think? I think so. I think a Hinsdale cop's going to pull you over and write you a ticket for reckless driving. But you can say, but officer, I wasn't speeding. I was only going 35 miles per hour. Which technically is true, but what's wrong is your velocity. You see that? Don't do that, by the way. That would be very bad. And the equation looks complicated. It's not that bad. The symbol we're going to pick for velocity is the letter what? V. Now, instead of distance, we're going to use this fancy notation. See this little triangle thingy? Anyone know what letter that is? It is the Greek letter delta. Power to the Greek people. Woo, there we go. In science, we use the symbol delta to denote change. And the problem is we actually run out of 26 letters in the alphabet, 52 letters altogether. We have more than 52 ideas, so we got to go to the Greek. I remember in college once, I was doing my physics homework in speech class. Don't tell me there. And a girl leaned over, she's like, wow, is that Chinese? And I'm like, actually, it's more Greek than anything. So anyway, that's the Greek letter delta, means changing. You're changing your x, your position. It's called your displacement. So your x final minus x initial will give you your displacement. Over time, your rate of change of position over time is your velocity. Some of you guys are taking calculus or pre-calc. Technically, velocity is the first derivative, fancy word, of your rate of change of position with respect to time, dx dt. If that sounds scary, don't worry about it. You're actually going to do a little like baby calculus and feel all fancy there. So velocity is speed with direction.